So once there was a mime, and the mime only had words. People found that absurd because mimes don't have words. Their actions draw pictures, and that's how we know. And yet the man had these sounds that he called words, and other people said, those are just sounds. We don't even know what you're trying to say. And the man, he would almost weep in frustration because for him, these sounds painted pictures, were whole chapters in a word, and yet people could not connect to them, didn't understand, until one day there was a little girl in the park where the mime was. And as always, the mime would start out with no words, and people would begin to flock to watch him. And as soon as he had an audience, the sounds came. Well, the little girl jumped up and she clapped and she said, Mama, and she tugged on her mother's coat. Mama, listen to him. That is amazing. And the mime stopped. Little girl, he said, do you understand me? Oh, yes, said the little girl. I understand everything you're saying, and it is beautiful. I see it. I see it. And she began to interpret what the mime was saying. And as soon as she began to interpret his words, his sounds, he no longer had to pretend to be a mime. He could admit to the world that he put on the makeup of a mime because his sounds had never been recognized. And after that first time with the little girl in the park and she interpreted everything, he never put the white on again. He never hid behind anything again. And the mother sat and talked with him for a long time. She talked to him because her daughter, who was so excited by his sounds, had barely spoken in her whole life. And yet when she heard the mime, when she heard those sounds, it was like a world opened up for her, a world that she knew so well and had not had any expression for. And sometimes, the mother later told the mime, sometimes when we're home, I hear her and she's making sounds and I realize she is talking to herself in this language that you have. And the little girl went up and she took her mother's hand and she took the mime's hand and she just said, listen. And for a breath, the three of them closed their eyes. And first the mime spoke in the sounds that he knew. And the girl interpreted. And then the mother spoke. And she was startled and opened her eyes. And her daughter was smiling at her. Mama, she said, you remember now. And the mother nodded. And she bent down and hugged her daughter to her. I don't know how I forgot. It's okay, said her daughter. It's okay. The important thing is that you remember.